Make sure that you're not single right now.
I to do with that.
No, I'm just letting the world know you're not available anymore. You're off the mark.
My man's happily married. Tammy is a phenomenal gal.
Oh, good.
Wow.
How do you follow that up?
You don't.
All right, we'll just get to our picks right now. As you heard, Rob's lock with the Panthers to beat the Bucs. His upset, of course, the Chiefs to win. They're at Cincinnati. Lead dog, why don't you start it?
Yeah, I'm going to go Buffalo in a lock at home over the Giants, and I'm going to go Dallas in an upset.
Well, I'm going to go Arizona in a lock, and I'm going to go, Dallas in an upset over New Orleans.
Rob Riggle, that was one of your best. I loved it. I want to take Atlanta in a lock and Dallas Cowboys in an upset.
Oh yeah, Rob, that was a great job there.
Yeah,
I'm going with the Falcons in a lock, and then I'm going to go. You're going to love this, Kansas City in my upset, Robbie.
Ooh. All right, guys, time for one last extra point. Give us one thing you expect to see today for sure, besides Terry Blush. Michael.
Yeah. I think you can expect to see some trick plays out of the Rams, so look for Tavon Austin to be involved in all of those.
Michael, your Giants struggle on third down defense, and Charles Clay is going to pick up a lot of first downs. Charles Clay, have a big day.
Why you got to do that?
I just going to throw it in there.
Yeah, quarterback Buffalo, Tyrod. Watch him go, folks. You're going to love watching this guy play. He's got 7 touchdown passes. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 4 today.
Yeah, if Minnesota has a shot on the road, a lot of talk about Adrian Peterson running the football. That's one aspect of the game. But to me, the bigger aspect is Denver's depleted offensive line versus a really good, complex Minnesota front seven.
All right, real quick, in the game over in London, just about to finish up, Michael Strahan, the Jets up 27-14. Looks like the Dolphins are about to drop to 1-3, and the pressure just keeps getting ratcheted up on the head coach there, Joe Philbin.
Well, the pressure's not only on the head coach, it's on these players, too. You bring in Ndamukong Suh, you expect that to add some spark to your defense. 1 sack in the court going into this game, and I think you have to stop trying to live up to the deal. You just got to play football.
All right, one game almost officially in the books. For those of you getting a late game later on today on Fox, you'll be back here. Everyone else, it's just about time for kickoff. Fox NFL Sunday rolls with Week 4. Right after this, lots of exciting games, and I know you can't wait to get to them, which you'll do right after this. Stick around.
I've won over $29,000 on FanDuel. Nothing special about me. The difference is that I played and they didn't.
Over 1.1 million people have won money playing 1 week fantasy football on FanDuel.
If you think it can't be you, it can be you.
Choose a league, pick your team, and win. Leagues start from $1 and there's no season-long commitment.
Every week I can beat my buddies on FanDuel. Every single week I can win money on FanDuel.
Try FanDuel today. We'll match your first deposit up to $200. Go to FanDuel.com and enter promo code CARRY. That's CARRY.
Blue skies smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. And I never saw the sun shining so bright. Never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my, how they fly.
Hey, what are you doing? I got 17 months until I can upgrade to the new iPhone 6S. I'm building a time machine so I don't have to wait.
Oh, with Sprint, I never have to wait. I get to upgrade to the newest iPhone right away, whenever it comes out.
Seriously?
Seriously.
I've got to switch to Sprint.
What's that?
My lunch, it's just leftovers from tomorrow night.
The world's best offer on iPhone 6S. Get iPhone 6S as low as $1 a month when you trade in your iPhone 6. And with iPhone Forever, get a new iPhone every year, forever.
Okay, so the government crash tested the F-150. The one with the high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body, bolted to a high-strength steel frame. And guess what? It made the strongest statement any truck can make. It pulled a 5-star safety rating on all sides for every cab configuration. Because when they say military-grade, they mean battle-tested. This is the Ford F-150, and every other truck is history.
Malala was shot in the head for daring to suggest girls should go to school.
There's a moment when you have to choose to be silent or stand up.
She is one of the most extraordinary heroes of our time. Now, one movie captures her incredible story.
One child, one teacher can change the world.
He named me Malala. Rated PG-13. Everywhere Friday.
The Panthers are off to their best start in a dozen years, and the last time they were 3-0, they went to the Super Bowl. It's Carolina against Tampa Bay, where Chris Myers, Rondé Barber, and Jen Hale have the call.
You just saw 21-year-old Jameis Winston, who said he's excited to see Cam Newton play in person. Newton off to his best three-game start in his pro career. Today he faces the Buccaneers under Lovie Smith for the first time. The NFL on Fox from Tampa Bay, and the Panthers in town against the 1-2 Bucs. The Panthers, one of 7 teams still undefeated in the league so far. With Rondé Barber, I'm Chris Myers. Nice to have you joining us. And the Panthers, we've witnessed their fast start. Last time they did this, they went to a Super Bowl, back-to-back division titles. And yet, Rondé, there are still skeptics around the country about this team. Are you a believer?
I am. You know, they asked Cam to win with his feet. He did it. Last week, they asked him to throw for 300 yards, and he did it, and they won. Yes, they have some injuries on defense, but they go out and sign 33-year-old Jared Allen, and I think he helps this defense immediately. He'll start it right in today.
It's an early tipping point game for Tampa Bay. They can go 2-0 in the division. They can equal their win total for all of last year, and they can win their first game at home in nearly 2 years. How do they do it?
You know what? Jameis Winston has developed consistently for the first 2 weeks of the season. He'll have to continue that and not turn the ball over, I think, most importantly. But it's on defense with this team. Gerald McCoy, Levante David, guys that Coach Lovie Smith said are his A players, have to stand up today at home to get a win against a division opponent.
The kickoff is coming up. Quarterbacks with similar paths. Jameis Winston, Cam Newton, a national championship in college, a Heisman Trophy, the #1 overall draft pick in the NFL, and opposing each other on the field for the first time. That's straight ahead on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Nationwide.
I think refs are really swell.
Good morning, shoppers. Free samples in aisle 5.
That's a first-rate queso dip. Haven't been this lost in years.
Recalculating shortest route.
Do I really look like this?
And put it on top.
Never seen this one before.
Chicken parm, you taste so good.
I like it.
You had a long, stressful day, and now you need a little help falling asleep. Time for new Unison Sleep Minis. The little capsules work fast, so you get a good night's sleep and wake recharged. New Unison Sleep Minis. A stressful day deserves a restful night.
Patented Prestone has Core Guard inhibitors to stop corrosion before it starts. It's like Prestone started working out, got buff, beastie. For longer engine life, Prestone it.
There's a game within the game that requires a different set of skills. There's no off-season. This is a play as much as you want, whenever you want, Fantasy League. And we don't just play, we are players. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time.
Play 1 week fantasy football at DraftKings.com this Sunday. Play free with promo code CHOPBLOCK.
Here in Tampa, here are today's DirecTV players to watch. Couple of veterans. Receiver Vincent Jackson for the Bucs, 55 career touchdown passes, and corner Charles Tillman looking for his first takeaway as a member of the Panthers. This season, get every NFL game every Sunday, included at no extra charge, only on DirecTV's NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
I've won over $29,000 on FanDuel. Nothing special about me. The difference is that I played and they didn't.
Over 1.1 million people have won money playing 1 week fantasy football on FanDuel.
If you think it can't be you, it can be you.
Choose a league, pick your team, and win. Leagues start from $1 and there's no season-long commitment.
Every week I can beat my buddies on FanDuel. Every single week I can win money on FanDuel.
Try FanDuel today. We'll match your first deposit up to $200. Go to FanDuel.com and enter promo code SIDE. That's SIDE.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that playing cards with Kenny Rogers gets old pretty fast?
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. What? You get it?
I get the gist, yeah.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Yeah, I really admire my mother. Despite what people said, she bought me a sewing machine, and she let let me play with dolls, and that was something that was kind of growing up culturally. It was quite unacceptable, and she really dared to let me be different.
This is the fantasy football season that could change it all. DraftKings.com is the one-week fantasy football destination. Compete whenever you want with a new season every week. Try it free. Just pick your sport, pick your players, and pick up another win. Get free entry with promo code TURF in our championship event this Sunday. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Get to DraftKings.com.
The President's Cup, Day 1, Wednesday live on Golf Channel.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
It rained heavily earlier, a light rain falling now, temperature cool in the 70s, humidity is over 90%. We could see some showers throughout the afternoon here in Tampa Bay as the Bucs and the Panthers get ready to roll. And Carolina, if you go back to last year, they've won 7 consecutive regular season games. That's the longest current streak in the league. Again, regular season. And the year they started out 5-0, they went on to the Super Bowl against rookie Jameis Winston, trying to even the Buccaneers record. Carolina won the coin toss. They deferred Graham Gano to kick off. 10 touchbacks in 16 tries through the first 3 games. He led the NFL in touchback percentage in each of the last 2 years. Bobby Rainey back to receive for the Buccaneers. He's the only Tampa player with a punt or kick return this year. Sure-handed Bobby Rainey if he gets the chance. Week 4, and he won't, is underway with the Bucs and Panthers from Tampa Bay as that's through the end zone, touchback 20-yard line. And Jameis Winston from Florida State, 3 straight games of at least 200 passing yards and a touchdown.
Jameis has been not great with his completion percentage, but that yards per completion tops in the league. He's not scared to make the tough throws, and we'll see a lot of that today, I think, Chris.
Led the Bucs to a win over New Orleans at New Orleans. A loss at home to Houston last week, and on the at home against Tennessee to start the season as Doug Martin carries on first down for the Buccaneers. He and Charlie Sims will carry the workload on the ground. Vincent Jackson and Mike Evans, the receivers. Austin Seferian-Jenkins and Luke Stocker out at tight end with injury and active, so Brandon Myers in that spot. Joe Hawley continues to play at center. Evan Smith inactive with an ankle injury on the Bucs O-line.
Ready. Blue ready. Boys up.
Ball is botched on the snap, and the Panthers were quick to get to it. Let's see the official signal, and they have it. Carolina with an early takeaway on the second snap of the game.
Well, Lovie Smith told us Friday in meeting with him that his team has not gotten off to a fast start at all this year. Mistakes like this just don't help. The center quarterback exchange, most fundamental part of football, and they don't get it done. I know it's a new center, but this sets up Carolina the early red zone opportunity.
And a wet football. Star Latulele came up with the recovery. There's Joe Hawley, the backup center, who's just joined this team from the Atlanta Falcons when they had the injury to Evan Smith a few weeks ago. And the rain has picked up. It's coming down a little bit harder as the Panthers take over at the 21 of Tampa Bay. See Cam stumbling, but handing to Jonathan Stewart, who's going to have a first down and goal inside the 10-yard line of the Buccaneers.
Run defense was a problem last week with Tampa Bay at Houston. You know, they're last in the league defending the run. It's a gap control type defense, but they have yet to get on track in that regard all season.
Jonathan Stewart just went over 5,000 career yards. He was injured late in the win last week. And Tolbert handles that football. And again, the rain picking up since the opening kickoff.
Early red zone opportunity for Carolina. You're on the road. The weather is not going to be good today. These showers will be on and off all day, they tell us. They can get a quick score here. It's going to be sloppy. Gives them a much better chance to succeed here early in this football game.
The Buccaneers defense has been awful in the red zone, defending or keeping teams out of the end zone. Cam Newton is running with the football, and we run out of bounds. A loss back beyond the 15.
They get an opportunity here on third down to improve on that percentage. They give up nearly 90% scores in the red zone, and that's just unacceptable if you're going to be a winning team.
Came in as the worst in the NFL percentage-wise, but they did the job on Cam Newton.
Yeah, watch Jack Smith in the middle get penetration there and force that ball to bounce outside. He's not typically someone that factors in the run game. He's more of a one-dimensional edge rusher, but he did a great job there.
Third and goal. He removed his visor, probably got wet for better visibility here. Underneath, he dumps the pass to Greg Olsen, and he's knocked down short of the 5, so it'll be fourth down.
Good job by Tampa Bay's defense here. You get a sudden change situation, turnover, close to your red zone, get a big stop on second down, and we're able to keep Carolina out of the end zone. Something that Lovie Smith will come to the sideline and congratulate his guys about.
Graham Gano comes on to try the field goal of 24 yards. Remember, snap, hold all have to be smooth. He's had a couple blocked this year. Nortman, the punter, is the holder. And he knuckleballs that through. The damp football gives Carolina off to a 3-0 start and a 3-0 lead against their NFC South division rival Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Aruba, Jamaica. Now we can actually take it.
To Costa Rica, Bahamas.
Come on, pretty mama.
Belize, Puerto Rico. People, why don't we go down to Mexico?
We'll get there fast and you can take it slow.
Anywhere you want to go.
All the way down to Dominican Republic.
Nice hit.
Southwest is bringing our low fares to tropical destinations. Book now at southwest.com.
Charged up by design. Heart pounding by design.
This is it. Game day. Best day of the week. And when you play 1 week fantasy football on DraftKings, every week is another shot at victory. Every week, use your knowledge and showcase your skills. So what are you waiting for? You like football, you like winning. How about you like them both at the same time and make this week the week you get it done? This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time.
Play 1 week fantasy football at DraftKings.com this Sunday. Play free with promo code RELEASE.
Something was missing in Rodney's life. That was NFL Now, the easiest way to get more football since the dawn of the pigskin. Suddenly, he wasn't just Rodney, he was the Oracle of Rod.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com.
Moments ago, Cam Newton, after the rain showers fell, removing the visor. Carolina settles for 3. Now the rain has stopped. It's going to be that kind of afternoon here in the Tampa St. Pete area. Panthers, looks like he didn't just take it off. Looked like he destroyed that. He
needed it off before the next play.
He's in game mode as Gano kicks off for the second time in a matter of minutes, and a chance to return for Bobby Rainey. And Bobby Rainey with one of the best returns for this team in a while. Helmets are falling off, and he's all the way out before Graham Gano made the tackle short of the 38-yard line. A 38-yard return.
You get these squib kicks sometimes. You get an opportunity for a big return, and Bobby Rainey finds a crease there. It's sloppy out there. Guys falling around all over the place. They set him up with a pretty good starting position.
Averaging 30 a return, sets up the Bucs offense as they trail but have the football.
This is the Ford F-150, the only pickup with a high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body bolted to a high-strength steel frame. It's also a wake-up call for every full-size pickup in its class. No body rust, most towing, best payload, highest gas mileage. Yeah, it's a whole new day. Because in the truck game, it's either the aluminum age or the stone age. Cock-a-doodle-doo, pal. This is the Ford F-150, and every other truck is history.
Looks like a whole new lawn. What'd you do?
Well, thanks. Went to Lowe's. They gave me a few tips, pointed me toward the right fertilizer, and voila.
Made a huge difference.
And it made me feel like I can do anything. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna finally learn how to fold a fitted sheet.
There are no corners. This is impossible.
We are the flashes of greatness that make history. And this year, history will be made on FS1.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light. Make the right call. Drink responsibly.
Jared Allen, new member of the Panthers, picked up this week from Chicago, longtime Viking in chief. Doug Martin is brought down right away after the 6th giveaway or turnover by this Tampa Bay offense. Carolina gets 3, but that's it. As we check the Panther defense, Coney Ely moved over. They've released Wes Horton early today, and Luke Kuechly remains out on the concussion protocol, back watching, did not make the trip with the team. Josh Norman, 3 takeaways this year, and a big one to save their victory last week. The pitch to Doug Martin. And he's brought down at the 40 by Thomas Davis, who leads the team in tackles. Let's check in with Kurt Menefee for a game break. Kurt?
One game already a final, the one that was played in London today, and the Jets roll past Miami. Eric Decker with a 10-yard score. They won 27-14. Jets now 3-1. Dolphins 1-3. Chris, Rondé?
Thank you, Kurt. And the Dolphins pathetic early, really disappointing with all the optimism there as the Bucs face a 3rd and 8. Winston throws, and it's intercepted. It's Josh Norman. He's going to have his 2nd pick 6 of the season.
Well, you talk about turnovers and takeaways. You start the game, you have 2 of them immediately. And this is just a bad decision by Jameis Winston. Josh Norman is sitting in the flat. I think he believed he was in 3 deep, and he couldn't have got an easier catch here for a touchdown.
Now there is a flag down. It came late. Gene Steratar is our referee.
The touchdown is good. Following the touchdown, we have unsportsmanlike conduct.
Defense number 24. 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. We will now attempt the try.
Yeah, he has been talked to about the taunting and unsportsmanlike conduct, but there's no mistaking. He won a game or sealed it in Jacksonville and then the pick against New Orleans last week, and now has the Panthers with the touchdown return, and here's the excessive celebration.
Hey, kid's balling right now. It's hard to,
you had an interesting
hard to disagree with him.
Chat with him, and Gano's extra point is good. It's 10-0, and if we go back to the season opener against Jacksonville.
And these picks look almost similar. We did this game. He's sitting in the flat, mistake by the quarterback, eyes in the backfield, which he does as good as anybody in the league, and he's got 2 picks for touchdowns already.
Okay, so the government crash tested the F-150. The one with the high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body, bolted to a high-strength steel frame. And guess what? It made the strongest statement any truck can make. It pulled a 5-star safety rating on all sides for every cab configuration. Because when they say military-grade, they mean battle-tested. This is the Ford F-150, and every other truck is history.
So how did you get this gold PS4?
So last week I ran into this guy, Dimitri Two Hands. He used to run with the mob. Anyway, his goons boosted some bullion from the Kemerov vault. But the bars are marked, so they had to melt them down. Now it's in a cookhouse. You know the right guys and have the dinero. People are dipping all sorts of stuff in it. That's how.
Really? Because I heard that you can only win it at Taco Bell.
Grab a Quesarito or Volcano Quesarito Big Box for a chance to win a limited edition gold PS4 bundle. There's a winner every 10 minutes.
The sleeper pick. The guy only you believe in. In 1 week fantasy football on DraftKings, he can be the difference. So trust your gut. Trust your numbers. Trust your Uncle Vito if you want. But know this, that sleeper is out there. The question is, who's gonna play him? This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time.
Play 1 week fantasy football at DraftKings.com this Sunday. Play free with promo code DIME.
John Stamos and Josh Peck, Grandfathered, all new Tuesday on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Ford. We go further so you can. By DraftKings, free 1 week fantasy football at DraftKings.com. And by Visa Checkout, the easier way to pay online. Sign up now.
With Rondé Barber, Chris Myers, and Josh Norman after the interception return for a touchdown. He says when you go onto the field, you have to have a dog mentality.
You know what? He has a dog mentality, too, because of where he was drafted. I talked to him yesterday, and he talks about how he plays with his hands, his feet, especially his eyes. And the guy is greedy. I call him greedy. He's got greedy eyes in the backfield, but he does a great job taking the ball away.
So they kick off from the 20 after the penalty. Bobby Rainey, who had a 38-yard return moments ago and set the Bucs up in excellent field position, is going to do it again near the same part of the field. Trey Boston on the special teams tackle. October means baseball. FS1, your home for postseason action with the American League Division and Championship Series. There'll be a lot of drama. Make yourself part of the history. It begins Thursday on FS1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. So the rookie Jameis Winston, 5 snaps in this game, 2 turnovers, a botched exchange between himself and the center Joe Howley, and then the pick 6. And the crowd quiet, damp, and I'm guessing annoyed.
Ready. Blue whitey. Blue is out.
Winston to throw, and right on target is Vincent Jackson. All the way inside the 40 of Carolina.
They won't be annoyed with that. You know, I thought Josh Norman would spend his day tracking Mike Evans, but he's just staying on the left side of the field. He ends up on Vincent Jackson, who wasn't targeted enough last week, to be honest with you, Chris. He has some cushion there. He gets a nice delivery from his quarterback. They pick up a much-needed first down.
Only 2 catches last week. Mike Evans was targeted 15 times. This team suffered 9 drops last week in the loss to Houston. That's the Buccaneers official count after reviewing the film.
Ready. Blue whitey. Blue is up.
After a gain of 23, Winston with time and flags all over the place. One at the 30, one at the 40. Again, Gene Steratore, our referee, one of the more respected officiating crews and one of the more respected referees in the league.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Illegal formation offense number 78 was on the end of the line of scrimmage uncovered. Also prior to the pass holding, defense number 32. Those penalties offset. Replay first down. Correction, the number was 31 on the defensive hold.
That clears that up, so it's 1st and 10. And before the game, Cam Newton was making sure to say hi to the referee. I'm sure he's saying to Gene Steratore, you're not too old to ref. At 52, I think you'll do a fine job.
35. Blue whitey. Blaze up.
Doug Martin has to fight for some extra yards.
I think it's important here, Chris, for this Tampa Bay offense to put some points on the board early. You start off, you struggle. You fumble the second snap of the game. First pass Jameis Winston throws is the interception for a touchdown. He has to build some confidence. Dirk Cutter has come out, he's tried to run the football, see if he can get this team down into the red zones, they get some points.
Cutter, the former offensive coordinator in Atlanta most recently. The undefeated Falcons leading Houston at home, by the way. 7-0 in the opening quarter. Doug Martin squirts through the hole and gets near the first down marker at the 30-yard line. Again, it's Thomas Davis on the tackle, who had that pectoral injury late in the game last weekend. It is good enough for a first down, and if they get the run game going, it makes all the difference in the world.
There's a lot of problems on this Tampa Bay team that they're figuring out, but Doug Martin is not one of them. He's had a great start to his season. That yards per carry is a little misleading, but the guy, when you need positive yards, he's the one that's getting them.
In the game they won, he had a season high 78 yards on 21 carries in New Orleans. Martin again, rain falling again. He stays on his feet inside the 25-yard line. And again, this offensive line, we talked about Holly stepping in at center for Evan Smith. 2 rookies there. The second-round draft choices of Donovan Smith and Ali Marpet.
You got the rookie right here. You got the rookie on the other side of the ball. But he gets some good blocking up front. And this offensive line has been maligned a little bit, Chris. They've taken some heat, but they did a great job in pass protection last week against a tough Houston front. They're getting off to a good start running the football here today.
Doug Martin knocked down inside the 25. It'll bring up 3rd and about 4. Ely and Shaq Thompson on the tackle. Carolina, despite missing Luke Kuechly, he was injured in the opener, not having Frank Alexander from the start of the season. Charles Johnson went on the injured reserve. They hope to have him back in 8 weeks. And again, they added Jaron Allen. But the defense in some close games has kept the Panthers undefeated. Need to get to the 20 for a first down. Floating it towards Josh Norman, and it's tipped away. Mike Evans was the receiver over there.
I don't know if I'd test him again.
Yeah, I'd avoid that side of the field.
This kid, all of you have seen the interception he had last week against New Orleans. I mean, look at how high this guy gets off the field. He's playing good at football at the cornerback position of anybody in the league right now. He needs to find another target, I think.
The next adventure, Kyle Brindza, as they line up for a field goal in the rain. Now, he made a 58-yarder last week, but he missed 3 other field goals and an extra point. One of those a 57-yarder. In warm-ups, he was 7 out of 8 and hit from 54. This one is up and through. And one of the people defending him last week was his quarterback, Jameis Winston. So the Bucs are on the board, trailing 10-3, but Josh Norman has been a one-man defense for Carolina so far.
This is the Ford F-150, the only pickup with a high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body bolted to a high-strength steel frame. It's also a wake-up call for every full-size pickup in its class. No body rust, most towing, best payload, highest gas mileage. Yeah, it's a whole new day. Because in the truck game, it's either the aluminum age or the stone age. Cock-a-doodle-doo, pal. This is the Ford F-150, and every other truck is history.
This Halloween, things will get dark. With A1 flavor baked into the bun, things will get deliciously dark at Burger King. Try the all-new Halloween Whopper, dripping with A1 sauce, right now for a limited time, only at Burger King.
The four of us, we never missed a game. Then life, jobs, kids, new cities, it was time we got back together. A few minutes on NFL Ticket Exchange, and we were set. 4 100% authentic, real-deal tickets to the Niners. From one fan to another. There's nothing better than this.
USA. Mexico. It's more than a game. It's personal. Our most bitter of rivals.
We are the flashes of greatness that make history. And this year, history will be made on FS1.
Here in Tampa Bay, the rain picking up once again. It's been off and on throughout the start of the day and this game. Bucs kicking off after settling for a field goal. Kyle Brindza. Fozzie Whitaker is deep in the end zone, waving everybody away. And coming out to the 20-yard line, Cam Newton and the Carolina offense. Let's head down to the field and Jennifer Hale.
Well, Chris, this certainly does seem to be a breakout season for Josh Norman. I asked him before the game, what's the difference this season versus the other ones? And he said, really, it was off-season prep. He decided to out-train his talent level. And now, Chris, he says he is having the time of his life. He loves being out on the field. My goodness, does it ever show, Chris?
Cam Newton off to the best three-game start in his professional career. He has never been 3-0 individually. The Panther team has, leading this Carolina group. From the 20-yard line, it is Jonathan Stewart, and he will fight to get something out of nothing. Going back to Josh Norman, his college football at Coastal Carolina. He's from Greenwood, South Carolina. Greenwood High, the Eagles. DJ Swearinger, the Buccaneers, played on that same high school team. Second down, 8. Stewart remains the back. It'll be third down. Let's check in on the Falcons with Houston with Kurt Menefee. Kurt?
All right, the Falcons trying to stay atop the NFC South. Former Florida State product, who's a teammate of Jameis Winston. Devontae Freeman helping that out. 16-yard score at 7-0. Chris, Rondé, and Jan.
All right, thank you, Kurt. The Giants also with a 3-0 lead on Buffalo. Washington leads the Eagles 3-0, and here it's 10-3 Carolina on 3rd and 5.
We know his big matchup is Greg Olsen. Bradley McDougald is covered in man-to-man at the bottom of the screen.
Cam Newton, here comes a flag. He's going to keep and fall down short of the first down. Quan Alexander, the LSU rookie 4th rounder, tracked him down.
I think this is going to be a hold on Trey Turner there in the interior offensive line. The Bucs got to make a decision if they push him back and give him 3rd or long.
Illegal use of hands. Hands to the face. Defense.
Oh.
Number 56.
Wrong.
5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
All right, a major penalty here. That's on Jaquez Smith. And the Bucs with 33 penalties coming into this game, tied for most in the league with the Raiders.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a hold there on Gerald McCoy as he goes to the ground there, Trey Turner. But yes, you can clearly see that Jack Smith had his hand up in the face mask of Mike Rimmers, and that is the call that Gene Steratore gave us.
So it's a first down instead of 4th down. Just inside the 35, Jonathan Stewart It's up to about the 37-yard line before running into the Buccaneers. Will Goldston started at defensive end in place of George Johnson today.
There's been some upheaval somewhat on this Bucs defense in general. We know that Alteron Werner, who's been a starting cornerback since he got here last year, is on the bench now for Tim Jennings. Will Goldston, who's had a pretty good start to his season, takes over for George Johnson as well. Just trying to get more production up front for this defense.
Cam Newton to throw and floats one for Greg Olsen. He's got a first down. Inside the 43 of Tampa Bay, coming off a personal receiving yardage record and the win last week.
We know this is going to be a matchup all day. The Bucs have been playing a lot of man coverage of late. Bradley McDougald, they believe he can do it, but if you've seen Greg Olsen work this year, he relishes these situations, and Cam Newton knows that his big tight end can win most of those matchups.
A gain of 19 and the impressive numbers against Tampa Bay as well. He has beaten up the Bucs regardless of who the quarterback has been. Got the timeout, and the Panthers call it.
Timeout, Carolina.
The Bucs with a trailing score of 10-3.
This week, top critics from all over the world saw The Walk, and they went nuts. The New York Times calls it dazzling. The Walk does what Gravity did for outer space. The Telegraph gives it 5 stars. Premiere Magazine says, be warned, it will blow your mind. The Walk, rated PG, now playing exclusively on IMAX, in theaters everywhere Friday.
With Pizza Hut's $6.99 any deal, I can get a meat lovers and they can get all the fresh vegetables they want. No more compromise.
Bring home the flavor with America's no compromise pizza deal. Get any 2 medium pizzas with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Hey, what are you doing? I got 17 months until I can upgrade to the new iPhone 6S. I'm building a time machine so I don't have to wait.
Oh, with Sprint, I never have to wait. I get to upgrade to the newest iPhone right away, whenever it comes out.
Seriously?
Seriously.
I've got to switch to Sprint.
What's that?
My lunch. It's just leftovers from tomorrow night.
The world's best offer on iPhone 6S. Get iPhone 6S as low as $1 a month when you trade in your iPhone 6. And with iPhone Forever, get a new iPhone every year, forever.
There's this guy, Dad. He thinks I'm gonna be a star. And tonight, Gotham will see that too. Detective Gordon. Nobody here is getting out alive.
Gotham, followed by Minority Report. All new tomorrow on Fox.
There's a reason people are calling The Grinder the season's most original and hilarious sitcom.
We still don't have a case. Don't need it. We just go in there and we grind. That's all.
Rob Lowe and Fred Savage in The Grinder. All new Tuesday on Fox.
Cam Newton in his 66th NFL start. 122 touchdowns, passing and running. Incredible numbers for Cam Newton, who's throwing on first down. Brenton Person is brought down right away by Chris Conti. Jericho Cotchery remains inactive with an ankle injury, and Kevin Norwood has yet to play a role as well, but a good defensive play from the former Bear.
Yeah, great defensive play there. The Bucs have been blitzing a lot over the past couple of weeks, and it's put their safeties a little bit on an island to cover cover wide receivers, and Chris Conti just burst out of the middle of the field here and makes a great tackle for loss.
A loss of 3. Burson can play all 3 receiver positions from Charlotte, North Carolina, and Wofford College, a popular player in the area. Jonathan Stewart on a delayed handoff. Fights to get all the way down to the 38 of Tampa Bay. It'll bring up third down, but a strong run by Jonathan Stewart. Now this defense for Tampa Bay, Lovie Smith has taken over this season, calling the defense. Leslie Frazier, his defensive coordinator.
He has, and he wanted some ownership over this defense. It's what he was known for. And so he decided that if they're going to win or lose, they're going to do it on him. Well, it hasn't necessarily been the play calling that's hurt them. What's hurt them is the missed tackles. There was a bunch of missed tackles on that play to get a 7-yard gain and make this a third and manageable for the Carolina Panthers.
They need 5. Mike Tolbert is in the backfield with Cam Newton. Everybody loaded to the left of Cam
Please reset the play
as
clock.
they keep the football dry. And Gene Steratore wants the play clock reset, something Cam Newton, when he gets to every stadium, keeps a close eye on where that is. In motion is Philly Brown. Cam Newton from the pocket. His floating fit for Olsen, just off his fingertips, and it's going to be 4th down. Tim Jennings over there, part of the coverage, along with Mike Jenkins.
You know, they get man-to-man coverage here. It's Bradley McDougald again, man-to-man against Greg Olsen. He just can't keep up with this guy. He has such subtleties at the top of his route to create space. Cam Newton takes his time to find him. This was an opportunity for a big play, just out through him.
Ron Rivera passes up a 56-yard field goal attempt, or the idea of going for it. He's had a history of that as Norman plays the field position game, and this one gets away into the end zone. So a win for the Bucs as they take over at the 20-yard line. Well, because of the injuries on the defensive line, that Carolina defense traded a 6th-round conditional pick for Jared Allen this week, a 5-time Pro Bowler, and leads all active players in quarterback sacks. Was in a different kind of defense in Chicago, but Ron Rivera said, hey, Charles Tillman told me about him, and he said he got a text from Brian Urlacher saying he's a good fit in the locker room.
Well, he wasn't a fit in that scheme, and it's been much talked about how Chicago went to a 3-4 scheme with Vic Fangio. He's definitely a 4-down, put my hand in the ground player. He told us yesterday when we talked to him that he feels comfortable. Even though this is 3 days in the building, he feels comfortable to know that he can get in here and get after a quarterback, going back to his natural stance.
Charles Sims in at running back, and he gets the carry. And he gets up across the 25-yard line. Had a touchdown catch last week. Let's get a game break. Check it again with Kurt Menefee.
All right, another unbeaten team trying to keep it going, Cincinnati. Gio Bernard helps that 13 yards on the touchdown run. Right now they're up 14-3 towards the end of the first quarter, trying to go to 4-0. Chris Rondé J.
And now Bobby Rainey comes in. Thank you, Kurt. 3 different running backs used so far, with Doug Martin carrying the load. 7 carries already. The pass over the head of Charles Sims. And that'll bring up 3rd down. He came in with 4 touchdown passes and 3 interceptions. Of course, suffered the pick to Josh Norman that was returned for a touchdown, completing just 52% of his passes this year.
Said in the open, and he's shown some development, but it's the little things that he needs to do better. And he'll learn as he goes on in this year. He'll find a way to get better at all these little things, but finding completions has to be paramount.
On 3rd and 4, Winston is going to do what he usually doesn't do and run for the 1st down, spinning around. He was trying to get out of bounds. He does have a touchdown run this year, but that's not his strength.
Well, no one's ever going to confuse Jameis Winston with Cam Newton. But one thing that he has done fairly well this year is work in the pocket. He had a completion underneath here, but he's looking the other way, but he sees that the lane is there, and there's no reason for him to force anything. Takes a couple of steps up and gets the sure 1st down.
After a gain of 7, Mike Evans in motion. Winston from the pocket gets out of it. There's no whistle, and now he gets rid of it, but did he get it far enough? As Mario Addison and Shaq Thompson were harassing him, they're hoping for, looks like they're arguing for an intentional grounding here, and the flag is down. I was surprised on the first wrap-up that it wasn't called a sack, but he got out of it.
Well, he didn't get this ball back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be a spot foul, intentional grounding.
Offense, number 3, although the quarterback was out of the pocket, the pass did not get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's a loss of down on a spot foul, 2nd down.
He had time here after Gosder Cherilus helps him up. You just got to be able to get this ball to Vincent Jackson down the middle of the field. Watch how wide open Vincent Jackson is. Kurt Coleman is out of position, rallying to that. That would have been a huge play, maybe even a touchdown for this offense.
On 2nd and 23, Charles Sims with some tough yards up across the 27. It'll bring up 3rd down. They need to get all the way up to the 43-yard line to get a first down.
Gain of 7. 3rd and 16 at the 27.
This offense continues to shoot itself in the foot. You know, you watch film, they're always off schedule on 3rd down. Sitting now at 3rd and 16. I mean, rookie quarterback, you don't want to continue to put him in these situations.
Hey, might be day. Sunday. Where we go?
On 3rd and 16, the screen to Charles Sims. Will be well short. It'll be 4th down. Trey Boston coming up to make the tackle as the opening quarter is winding down. Jameis Winston, who called last week promising, even though it was a loss to Houston. And Lovie Smith said, we're improving, even though the record may not show it. In fact, Lovie Smith said, this game, this is big. There's a lot at stake, even for this early in the season. And the end of the first quarter has Lovie Smith's team behind as the undefeated Panthers lead the 1-2 Bucs by the score of 10-3 here in Tampa Bay. Fox NFL Sunday, back after a word from your local Fox station.
Saturday, number 5 Baylor goes on the road to Kansas. Then Arizona looks to tame Oregon State. It all starts Saturday at noon Eastern on FS1.
Welcome to the Empire. Hip-hop wasn't born on Wall Street. Where we grew up, if the cops raid you, that makes you a G. If the FBI raids you, it makes you an OG.
Only youngin' of my kind, down to ever write a rhyme.
Cookie tried to take Empire from me. She tried to take it from you.
You really wanted that bad.
You keep forgetting one thing, Lucius. You can't keep Cookie down.
Empire, all new with limited commercial interruption. Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
Yeah, I really admire my mother. Despite what people said, she bought me a sewing machine and she let me play with dolls, and that was something that was kind of growing up culturally was quite unacceptable, and she really dared to let me be different.
One minute to air, Rich.
Thanks, kid.
Kid?
You know, I've been playing fantasy sports since the Manning brothers were in short pants. So when I show up in a fantasy league, pretty intimidating.
Oh, absolutely. Borderline unfair.
Don't fret. There's a new daily fantasy site that levels the playing field. DraftOps.com. DraftOps.com has daily fantasy games that are simple to play and easy to win. Even if you're not Rich Eisen and you don't have your own multi-platform sports media empire, TV, radio, podcast, massive Twitter following, play daily fantasy at DraftOps.com.
There's this guy, Dad. He thinks I'm gonna be a star. And tonight...
Oh, my God.
all of Gotham will see that, too. You don't have to do this. No, I'm pretty sure I do. Say hi to Mom for me. Detective Gordon.
Nobody here is getting out alive. Gotham, followed by Minority Report. All new tomorrow on Fox.
With Rondé Barber, Chris Myers, and we're glad you're watching the NFL on Fox. Game 4 here in Tampa Bay, and Jacob Shum ready to punt. Ted Ginn Jr. averaging 13 yards a return back for Carolina. Waving for the fair catch, and it bounces out of bounds. Well, it's a 10-3 score, but in that opening quarter, Tampa Bay with already 2 turnovers, 2 giveaways. Josh Norman once again terrific. So if you're the Buccaneers fighting to go to 2-0 in your division against the leader, this is the kind of game, Ronnie, that Carolina has played close, but it has victory for them written all over it.
Well, they haven't blown anybody out of the water all year, but they have been sound. They've been smart with the football. I mean, Cam's 2 interceptions this year have not been his fault. They just stayed close. The defense refuses to give up points. They're doing that again today. It's hard to find a way to beat Carolina at this juncture, especially if you're Tampa Bay and you're giving the ball away.
The off and on rain continues. Cam Newton's pass is tipped and incomplete. Let's get a game break from Mike Hill.
All right, guys, Falcons trying to stay undefeated, taking on the Texans. How about Devontae Freeman? 3 touchdowns last week. He's got 2 on the day, 5th in his last 2 games. Falcons all over the Texans, 14-0. Chris, Rondé, back to you.
And the Falcons don't play the Panthers until the last month of the season in December. They meet 2 times in 3 weeks. Will Goldston is the Buccaneer who deflected the pass of Cam Newton at 2nd and 10. Cam Newton fakes, and middle of the field, no. Philly Brown running across the middle, and Chris Conte was running with him. There's a flag down.
They're going to call illegal contact here, and to be honest with you, I don't see how they call this. He got there on time with the football, and it was really a great play by Chris Conte.
Well, if they huddle and discuss it, Gene Steratore might say pick up the flag if it's not clear. This is not a reviewable play, obviously, but we can show you the replay. So, Rondé, you get a bird's eye view having played in the secondary.
Yeah, just take a look at the end of the play, and Chris Conte, simultaneous contact. He doesn't affect the body of the receiver.
After discussion, there is no foul for pass interference. The ruling is an incomplete pass. 3rd down.
You know the pressure on Cam forced him to throw this ball late, but Philly Brown was wide open, and really, that's textbook. He doesn't pull the jersey of the receiver, gets his hand across the body, and Conte, you look at his reaction. He's like, "Are you kidding me? I couldn't have done it any better. My coach told me that's how you do it." And then he looking at the flag, but they correctly picked up that penalty.
One of 4 former Bears Lovie Smith has on this Buccaneer defense. On 3rd down and 10, pressure coming. Cam Newton working, sideline, gets rid of it, and just survives. It's 4th down. It was Jack Smith with 4 sacks coming into the game, chasing Cam Newton.
Watch Jack Smith. He's at the top of your screen right here. Got a Philly Fozzie Whitaker out there, and nobody accounts for him. Cam Newton is so athletic that he's able to get away from this, but this could have been an easy sack for the Buccaneers. Cam Newton is a special player, man. I mean, he was hardly looking at him and avoided him. He's been doing that all year long, man.
Brad Nortman standing at his 10-yard line. Bobby Rainey to receive the punt, and it's a good one. Driving Rainey toward the sideline, and he's shoved out of bounds right away. A well-timed Colin Jones push out from the punt by Nortman. Carolina with a 10-3 lead.
Food, football, and fantasy. What it's all about. This is a DraftKings league amongst friends. But there's room for only one bull in this ring. You'll share some laughs, sure. But not a single French fry. Because DraftKings is a one-week winner-take-all league, gentlemen. Camaraderie can only go so far. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time.
Play free with your friends with promo code PRACTICE. Get to DraftKings.com.
The all-new Fiat 500X crossover. With 70 standard and available safety features, including options like blind spot monitoring, forward collision warning, lane sense lane departure warning, and all-wheel drive. The capability you need now comes with the style and personality you want. Lease a 500X for only $179 a month for 39 months and get up to 34 mpg highway.
It's here. The most advanced iPhone yet. Get the new iPhone 6s at T-Mobile, the network that's doubled its LTE coverage in the past year. Our new extended range LTE signal now reaches twice as far as before and is 4 times better in buildings. Want more? Get the lowest price on iPhone 6s with trade-in. 0 upfront and just $5 a month with Jump on Demand. Get it now at T-Mobile.
Rob Lowe and Fred Savage in TV's funniest new comedy, The Grinder, Tuesday on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by the all-new Fiat 500X crossover, by Burger King, kick off fall with a new Oreo pumpkin spice shake, and by T-Mobile. Switch to the Data Strong network.
It's fall-like weather for Florida. The breeze kicking up, the rain off and on, and for the 2 turnovers by Tampa Bay, fortunate to be only down by 7 points as they take over at their own 19-yard line. Jaworski Lane splits out as a receiver, bottom of your screen. Jameis Winston to throw, and it's intercepted. Floated into the hands of Kurt Coleman. It looked like it was tipped, though, when it left the line of scrimmage. There's a flag down as well. Again, it came after the interception.
Well, this is going to be a post-play penalty. The interception will stand, and then ball was definitely tipped at the line of scrimmage. I believe it was K'Wan Short, 99 in the middle of your screen, and tips and overthrows. You talk about them all the time if you're on defense.
The ruling on the field was interception after the player was ruled down by contact. Personal foul late hit, intercepting team, number 54. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, Carolina.
K'Wan Short will be on the left side of your screen, and ball floating up. Tips and overthrows. If you're in the secondary, you love these. You hardly have to work for them. It's the third takeaway by this Carolina defense to start this football game.
And the second unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. You know, Ron Rivera for the Panthers in this game said we have to cut back on the penalties. They're ranked in the middle of the pack across the NFL. The league average 23. We said that the Buccaneers have been the most penalized team along with the Raiders coming in. And already 3 mistakes by Tampa Bay's offense. But the Panthers moved back after the penalty to the 45 of the Bucs. Jonathan Stewart carries. For the Panthers, that's now 9 takeaways, including those today. Carolina offense hasn't done a whole lot. The only touchdown, the Josh Norman interception return for a touchdown. After a loss of 1, pressure on Cam Newton, and he gets away. Chris Conte was blitzing in, the catch made, and falling at the 35 is Ed Dixon, the backup to Greg Olsen. And Cam Newton doing what he does best.
Oh, Cam's laughing at these blitzers that are coming up free to him because he's just a better athlete than these guys. I know Chris Conte is free here, just like Jack Smith was free on the last pressure. Just a little sidestep. And this is where Cam has developed as a passer. He's not always looking to run with the football. His eyes are downfield, and he finds Dixon coming open late for a big gain there on first down.
After a gain of 12, it's a first down at the 35. Newton's pass for Ted Ginn, and he couldn't hold on. It was delivered right there.
Yeah, this was a good throw. Good coverage, though. It's in a tight window. Ted Ginn gets his hands on it, and he's had his troubles early in the year catching the football, but he's also contributed some big plays. Saw a couple of them last week against New Orleans. You know, his 18.8 yards per reception lead this football team.
He had 93 receiving yards last week, the most he had since 2009 in a game. Fozzie Whitaker in at running back. Cam Newton running right. Cam Newton with another first down. He leads all quarterbacks this season in rushing yards and rushing attempts.
Well, if you're Tampa Bay's defense, you got to know when they clean out the backfield, have 4 eligible receivers to one side of the field, that this is going to be some sort of quarterback keep. He recognized that Tampa Bay was in man-to-man defense, saw the linebacker move outside with him, and it gave him a huge lane to pick up some yardage there.
He's second on the team in rushing. Mike Tolbert in the backfield, along with Greg Olsen. Pass middle of the field open. Catch made. Brenton Burson with a first and goal for the Panthers.
Just impressive. We saw it last week. The kind of rhythm that this offense can get in when Cam is delivering good passes. You know, he stands tall in the pocket here, and Brenton Burson's coming open late and over the hands of leaping Jack Smith. They're just impressive. I can't say enough about how Cam has played the last 2 weeks.
After Stewart carries, Cam Newton is 5 out of 10 so far. Has not made a mistake, and he's run the ball 3 different times. But 3 turnovers have been the story of this game on 2nd and goal from the 6.
Well, as impressive as this 3-0 start has been, Carolina has had a tendency to keep football teams in games. You know, they play close to their competition. They get a touchdown here, though. They got to feel real good about how they're playing on the road at Tampa Bay.
Greg Olsen, bottom of your screen. Cam Newton for Greg Olsen and overthrows it. The coverage was very good over there by Bradley McDougal. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Tampa Bay is showing their hand every single time they split out Greg Olsen, and Bradley McDougal, number 30, goes out there and lines up on him one-on-one. They know it's man-to-man. He's their best matchup, Greg Olsen is, and he's thrown at him now 4 times in this situation. Really good job here by Bradley McDougal, staying inside and in front of him, and the ball is overhead. It's uncatchable for Greg Olsen.
Cam Newton, end zone, catch made, touchdown, Ted Ginn. Now he's waving it off. Did he juggle it? The arms went up.
Well, he did not juggle it, and he should challenge this because this is a touchdown.
The field is an incomplete pass. The second foot landed out of bounds. There's a ruling on the field.
Left foot inbounds, right foot dragging there on the goal line. It's a clean catch. This is going to be a touchdown, Chris.
There's the official ruling it a touchdown, but then they reversed it on the field to incomplete. So now we need a challenge flag coming from Ron Rivera, and he threw it.
And I give it to this official. This back judge probably didn't see that right foot dragging of Ted Ginn.
Carolina is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass. Timeout.
New Dannon Oikos Triple Zero is my go-to protein snack.
Protein from yogurt?
Yep, this Greek non-fat yogurt packs 15 grams of protein punch.
But what else?
It has 0 added sugar, 0 artificial sweeteners, and 0 fat.
Dannon Oikos Triple Zero.
Dannon.
On Sunday, sign in or sign up with Visa checkout to get half off menu price pizzas from pizzahut.com.
Why do you only want half a pizza?
I'm pretty sure you still get the whole pizza. You just pay for half.
I wonder which half is the free half.
Probably the bottom half. Can you get one, Dad?
You can actually get 2 halves. It's a math joke.
On Sunday, sign in or sign up with Visa checkout to get half off menu price pizzas from pizzahut.com.
Visa, everywhere you want to be.
Week 4 continues later today on Fox, and for some of you on CBS. Then tonight with Sunday Night Football on NBC. And tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN.
Well, initially, the sign for touchdown, then overruled incomplete. So Ron Rivera challenges on the touchdown catch, no catch from Ted Ginn. Gene Steratore has taken a closer look.
After review, the ruling on the field is reversed. The receiver did have possession of the football and taps his left foot, getting 2 feet in. The result is a touchdown. Carolina will not be charged with the timeout.
Rondé, you were quick to call it a touchdown. Our rules analyst Mike Pereira watching as well. Mike?
Yeah, and I think Ed Walker, the head linesman, had it all the way. You had the side judge come in to overrule him. And, you know, the goal is to communicate and try to get it right. And so the side judge imparted the the advice to head linesman Ed Walker, who's a new guy, but his call originally was right.
The extra point is good. Thank you, Mike Pereira. And Ron Rivera now 3 out of 5 in challenges this year, and it's a 14-point Panther lead. Tomorrow there's a showdown brewing, and it has Gotham on edge. If you think you know what's happening next, think again. The new season is here. Gotham: Rise of the Villains. Catch an all-new episode tomorrow night, right here on Fox. Well, a major moment there for that third down call, because if the Bucs keep them out of the end zone, it's a different kind of game, given the ineptness so far of this Tampa Bay offense.
I think you say it right. I mean, 3 turnovers, just general sloppy play on the offensive side of ball for Tampa Bay, and Carolina hasn't had to do much to get these 17 points. Josh Norman scored a touchdown early in the game on an interception. We've seen a fumbled snap from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that led to a field goal, and the interception on this last possession leads to another 7 points for Carolina.
All 17 points for the Panthers coming off turnovers. And there's a reason Carolina's 3-0 and the Bucs are 1-2. Now the sun is out and the rain has stopped. It's a little humid down there on the field. That's what you expect, as Rainey says, get away. Fair catch down it in the end zone. So back on offense from the 20-yard line. Special day here in Tampa at halftime. A teammate of yours, Rondé, former Buccaneer great Mike Alstott, put into the Tampa Bay Buccaneer Ring of Honor.
Yeah, an outstanding football player. Harken back to the old days watching this film here of Mike Alstott. We had some great players on this football team, but he was the catalyst, the one catalyst that we had on offense. It'll be special at halftime to watch him get his name risen up there with amongst all those greats.
And they're ready to unveil Mike Alstott's name. A lot of his former teammates are here in attendance and will be part of the ceremony.
Ready.
Meanwhile, back to today's Bucs. Doug Martin. Some extra effort there, gets him out across the 27-yard line.
Well, if you're Tampa Bay, there's no reason to chase this football game now. It's still 10 and a half minutes left in the second quarter. It's slow moving because of all these turnovers and incompletions and whatnot. But you're only down 14 points. Get something positive here working with your rookie quarterback. They're at the line, tempo, see if they can get something going.
Mike Evans, 17 targets last week, hadn't caught a ball yet. And it'll be third down as Martin is shoved backwards. Coney Ely did the work. Mentioned Jared Allen on this defense. Rondé, after 5 sacks in week 1, Carolina's had just 1 sack in their last 2 games.
They haven't been very productive. They have been stopping the run, though. Coney Ely, you cannot run the football at him. He hasn't affected the pocket in terms of quarterback pressures, but when you try to run directly at him, the guy has been a monster so far this year.
After a loss of 2, it's third down and 5.
Hey, Mike Day. No, Mike Day. Sunday. Where we go?
Jameis Winston to Vincent Jackson. Showing some good hands, even though the coverage was excellent by Josh Norman. It's a first down.
And I think we're identifying who Carolina is deeming the biggest threat here on the Buccaneers offense. Josh Norman, the clear #1 corner on this football team, has been around Vincent Jackson the entire day. We'll have to keep an eye on this matchup.
Where we go?
Doug Martin straight ahead. Talk about needing an important running game, but it's a little bit predictable here. A lot of these first down runs with Doug Martin, and they're just not getting enough yardage to take the heat off the rookie quarterback.
We always talk about needing to stay on schedule on your offense. You know, you go back to that Houston game and they were 2 of 12 on third down. It was because they couldn't get anything positive on first and second down. It's such a simple formula to talk about up here, but when the offensive line isn't getting good pressure or push up front, they struggle.
10 carries, only 26 yards. This pass is hauled in by Louis Murphy at the 42-yard line.
Well, we know this kid has great arm talent, and this is an outstanding throw and catch here. Tight coverage on Louis Murphy, and he puts it in the only spot that he can catch this.
And they're just a yard short of the first down. Murphy, a local guy from Lakewood High in St. Pete, and a Florida Gator. Big win for the Gators yesterday. Doug Martin fights, and it's going to be close on 3rd and a yard. Looks like, well, we'll see where they spot it. Remember that line, it's not official, but we are told that the officials do use the line sometimes as a reference point, and that shows he got the first down.
Yeah, good little second effort there by Doug Martin after the initial contact to get a first down and keep this drive going. Got to feel positive if you're Tampa Bay right now. Jameis Winston's made a couple of nice throws. The running game is not really establishing itself. See if they continue with it here.
Here's a throw attempt on first down and a little dump to Doug Martin, who gets a block, does some dancing, is tracked down around the 46 of Carolina.
Carolina decided to bring pressure here, and watch this little pirouette that Doug Martin gives Colin Cole, the blitzer here. See him at the top of your screen right here, sorry, and just slip him, let the blitz come in, throw the screen right behind him, and a nice pickup on first down.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Charles Sims now in at running back, and he gets the carry, and maybe to the 45. A.J. Klein on the tackle. Let's get another game break and update with Mike Hill. Mike?
All right, guys, Falcons trying to keep pace with the Panthers in the NFC South, taking on the Texans. Arian Foster's back just a little bit rusty. Fumbles, Desmond Trufant scoops and scores, 24 yards. All Falcons, 21-0 in the second.
All right, thank you, Mike. And undefeated with the Redskins in town next week. Pass is caught by Vincent Jackson. Inside the 25 of Carolina.
I said Colin Cole earlier. I meant Colin Jones. He's playing in nickel defense here for Carolina today. But Vincent Jackson is having himself a big day. Only 2 catches last week. But Jameis Winston, look at the eyes there. Looking off the defense, knowing he's coming back to his big veteran wide receiver. And just a sharp throw behind Shaq Thompson, who takes that underneath coverage. Opens up a big hole for a completion.
This one to Lewis Murphy. The block is missed, but he gets around and run out of bounds after that 20-yard pickup. Jameis Winston to Vincent Jackson. And you did mention Colin Jones. He is active on the field, and Colin Cole was released by the team earlier this week.
I got caught up reading press releases earlier.
It's a lot of Collins.
Collins. How many Collins are in this league?
Don't forget Colin Cowherd on the NFL pregame show. Charles Sims carries. And an impressive drive for this Tampa Bay offense.
They got the tempo going in this offense. Jameis, even in the preseason, we saw him much more comfortable when he's calling plays at the line of scrimmage. And I don't know if it's a rhythm thing for him, but he takes them to the huddle, not necessarily as effective early in this game. I like the changeup by Dirk Cutter to give themselves an opportunity to play a little faster.
And on 3rd and 1, Vincent Jackson being shadowed. You can see that Josh Norman is, well, he was going where Vincent Jackson was. Now they move him to the right side. Winston can run for the first, instead completes. Inside the 5 is Vincent Jackson. Looks like the ball may have come out, but he held on to it. And it's a 1st and goal, Buccaneers.
Great blitz pickup here on this. Watch this guy get upended right here by Doug Martin. It gives Jameis Winston time, patience to find his open receiver, Vincent Jackson. Get it set up inside the 5-yard line.
Ready. Blue ready. Boys up.
Doug Martin, touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Love the energy that this offense showed on that drive. They were stagnant, would be a bad word to describe what it was before, but this one had tempo, it had pace, had completions, had commitment to the running game, and then you get it in the red zone and good teams run it down here, turn around, hand it to Doug Martin, quick feet and running through tackles, and they cut this lead to 7 points here.
Kyle Brindza, the rookie from Notre Dame, acquired from the Lions in the preseason. Missed an extra point last week, left some points out there. And this will cut it to 7. An impressive drive by Jameis Winston. Doug Martin finishing it off, 80 yards, and it's now a 7-point Panther lead.
Amore.
Subito.
all-new Fiat 500X crossover. With 70 standard and available safety features, including options like all-wheel drive and blind spot monitoring, it's eye candy that watches the road. Lease a 500X for only $179 a month for 39 months and get up to 34 mpg highway.
FanDuel's definitely changed my Sundays. It's made it a lot more interesting.
FanDuel's one-week fantasy football leagues are paying $75 million a week with immediate cash payouts and no commitment.
I've deposited a total of $35 on FanDuel and won over $2 million.
Just choose a league, pick your team, and get your cash winnings after Monday night.
It's like the best adrenaline rush ever.
Try FanDuel today. We'll match your first deposit up to $200. Go to FanDuel.com and enter promo code GRIDIRON.
American Horror Story Hotel premieres Wednesday.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by FanDuel, the leader in one-week fantasy football.
Together, the NFL and the American Cancer Society encourage everyone to join the fight against breast cancer. You can learn more about a crucial catch day on October 13th at NFL.com/pink. And you'll see a lot of pink players wearing it throughout the month of October as Fozzie Whitaker is back to receive the kick of Kyle Brindza, who has a field goal and an extra point. And it's now a 10-7 game. Jameis Winston 6 out of 6 on that drive. And it's a 17-10 Carolina lead over the Bucs. And again, Winston Sharp and Vincent Jackson with 3 catches in that drive for 39 yards. The offense of Tampa Bay has come to life here. It'll be a touchback, waving everybody away. 20-yard line. Here comes Cam Newton on offense. And after the Winston to Jackson passing got them close, Doug Martin got the Bucs in.
If the Dodge brothers walked into a dealership today, they'd be pretty impressed with what's become of their Maverick car company. With all the power, performance, and ingenuity. But knowing them, they'd insist on serving the donuts. Get yours before they're history.
This Halloween, things will get dark. With A1 flavor baked into the bun, things will get deliciously dark at Burger King. Try the all-new Halloween Whopper, dripping with A1 sauce, right now for a limited time, only at Burger King.
I think my parents did what they were supposed to do. They provided for us, they nurtured us, they were tough on us. They made a choice then to say, this is the most important thing in the world. Everything that I've accomplished, I certainly can owe to my parents because they were front and center. I'm a new dad. Best thing in the world. I love it.
We are the flashes of greatness that make history. And this year, history will be made on FS1.
Well, let's do this.
Grandfathered is the favorite new comedy of the fall.
Now you're getting it.
The Grinder is the funniest new comedy of the season.
It gets better the more you watch it.
There's no debate. Fox Tuesday is the best hour of comedy around.
I'm excited about this.
All new Grandfathered and The Grinder. It all starts Tuesday, 8/7 Central on Fox.
Chance of defense from the fans here in Tampa Bay. Cam Newton and the Carolina offense from the 20 with Stewart the back. Stewart gets the carry, and you can almost, it's tough running there as he pushes the defense beyond the 25. And you said at the start of the broadcast, as Lovie Smith told you, his A players have to play like A players.
Well, this is the point in the game, too. If you're Tampa Bay's defense, you've just gotten a score on offense. You need Levante David. You need Gerald McCoy, 2 guys that we haven't mentioned yet in the broadcast, to come up with a big play and get this football back for your offense so that they can get the momentum that they created on that last drive and continue it and see if they can get this game back to where it's closer.
That was a 7-yard push for Stewart as he shoved some of the Buccaneer defenders backward. Cam Newton keeps and gets the first down up to the 35-yard line. Gerald McCoy is playing with a shoulder injury, so we know he's not 100%. He's not using it as an excuse. If you're going to play, you're going to play. But in reality, and he has, since he's been active here in the league since 2012, he has the most sacks of any defensive tackle in the game. But again, his presence somewhat hampered by the shoulder injury.
Andrew Norwell, Trey Turner, guys that he's lining up today have had pretty good seasons thus far.
Here comes a flag on first down.
False start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That call on Mike Remmers, who, as you said, with Trey Turner on that right side, playing so well for Ron Rivera's team. The offensive line, a true upgrade over last year.
Anchored by Matt Khalil there in the middle. It's a good football player. This guy right here helps Cam Newton with the calls. Never ever see him get beat.
Cam Newton is going to go down. It's a sack for Tampa Bay, and there is Gerald McCoy as if you cued him from the booth.
I don't got to do much cueing for Gerald McCoy. He is the most dominant 3 technique in football. You see him right there in the middle of your screen, working on Andrew Norwell and Khalil, and gets a little bump off the guard in the center, little game inside. He comes home with his 3rd sack of the season.
And nearing the 2-minute warning, the penalty backed him up the sack, backs up Carolina even more. Carolina will have 2 timeouts. Facing a 2nd and long. And we just had a timeout called. Tampa Bay used it to preserve more time, hoping from their point of view they can pin Carolina in here and have field position before the half. The Panthers get the ball to start the second half.
Let's take a look here at Cam. He came up limping after this sack, and Gerald McCoy did end up tackling him low. I just don't see anything that would have caused him any distress there in his lower body. To keep an eye on that and see if it becomes more of a problem here.
That's the 6th time that Cam Newton has been sacked this season.
Well, we've talked about it endlessly. His offensive line has done a good job. You know, they brought in Michael Orr in the offseason, much talked about. He's had a good season. He's given up some pressures, but as a unit, this group has been really good. And Cam has been smarter with his decision making. It's helped this unit, this offense in general.
On 2nd and 24, bounces the pass incomplete towards Greg Olsen. Looked like Cam Newton was feeling the pressure once again. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Panthers and Bucs each with 2 timeouts. Carolina will be facing a 3rd down and 24, but the Panthers do have the lead by 7 here in Tampa Bay. Correction, there was 1 second left on the clock. They had reset prior to 2:05. The last play took 4 seconds. They have reset the clock. No 2-minute warning yet. On 3rd and 24, here comes a flag. Pass to Fozzie Whitaker, and he's going to get knocked down at the 31, short of the first down. And sorry for the confusion on the 2-minute warning and the clock, but they had some issues here, obviously, with the stadium. The officials also keeping time down on the field and trying to coordinate.
Illegal formation. Offense number 73. Penalty is declined. The result of the play, 4th down. This is also the 2-minute warning.
Well, there we have the official clarification. We have reached the 2-minute warning. This time, I promise.
The sleeper pick, the guy only you believe in. In 1 week fantasy football on DraftKings, he can be the difference. So trust your gut. Trust your numbers. Trust your Uncle Vito if you want. But know this, that sleeper is out there. The question is, who's gonna play him? This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time.
Play 1 week fantasy football at DraftKings.com this Sunday. Play free with promo code DIME.
Do you really think that's a good idea?
If everyone jumped off a cliff, would you do it too?
You'll lose interest.
It's just a phase.
It hurts me more than it hurts you. Where are your manners? Were you raised by wolves?
You're gonna give me a heart attack.
When you have kids, you'll understand.
This is the life of a rebel. Sorry, Mom.
Any of these three won't satisfy like our one. The second-to-none foot-long Subway steak and cheese. Juicy, sizzling steak, topped with a blanket of delectably melty cheese, and made the way you say with all the freshly chopped veggies you love. Maybe even some Chipotle Southwest sauce. Then you'll have a monument to your taste, always on freshly baked bread. The heartiest appetites are no match for the Subway steak and cheese. Subway, eat fresh.
Today is the beginning of a new era for the Empire. Where we grew up, if the cops raid you, that makes you a G. If the FBI raids you, that makes you an OG.
Empire, all new, Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
It was a blustery fall afternoon. Connor Bradshaw was in an endless rut.
You catch those games yesterday?
Had to work.
Watch it on NFL Game Pass.
That's when Connor found football.
Oh, yeah!
Lots and lots of football. With the new NFL Game Pass, Connor can connect to the football universe with all 256 regular season games on demand the next day. Welcome to the family, Connor. Welcome to the family.
Get apps, videos, and more at itunes.com/NFL. Buccaneer defense with a stop, and now Carolina punting with Nortman at his own 17-yard line. Bobby Rainey on the fly and has some room and gets out of bounds up at the 45 of Tampa Bay. Bucs with 2 timeouts. Let's check in with Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles, see what's up on the Visa halftime report.
Coming up on the Visa halftime, the Dolphins have a tough time across the pond in London. The Falcons try to stay perfect against the Texans, and the Raiders go for 3 in a row. Highlights and more coming up on the halftime show, which will be ad-libbed, unlike this promo.
Yes, we always love that teleprompter when we're in the studio, but you couldn't script for Josh Norman a better start to his season. Already a second pick six, but now Winston on the move. Driving the team 80 yards the last time with a Doug Martin touchdown. Time, he gets rid of it. Charles Sims has a first down. And he's down to the 43 of Carolina, hustling to get back as the clock runs. Jared Allen, we haven't called his name much.
Well, he was in coverage on that play. I was expecting that matchup there. Jared Allen versus Donovan Smith, but he was as a primary linebacker on that zone dog there.
After a gain of 13. Sims carries.
You know, this Carolina defense had problems last week with New Orleans when they got some hurry-up offense. Were able to move down the field. Now, of course, they were able to stop them in the red zone. See if they were able to get a stop here against Tampa Bay right before the half.
After a 5-yard pickup. Time for Winston. And open is Brandon Myers for a first down catch.
Sean McDermott is choosing to be aggressive on this 2-minute drive. That's the second blitz in succession that we've seen. And Jameis Winston has done a good job finding a completion against the pressure.
Defensive coordinator of Carolina, McDermott, and Dirk Cutter, the offensive coordinator, calling in plays for Winston, who just heaves this in the direction of Vincent Jackson, who has been the go-to guy today. Mike Evans And the Bucs said all week, including Dirk Cutter, we got to work the ball around. Mike Evans had the 17 targets, also had quite a few drops. Some of those on third down last week, has not yet caught a pass. Vincent Jackson has 4 receptions. And Winston is 10 out of 16, over 100 yards. And he suffered a couple of picks and lost the fumble on the exchange from the center. And there is Evans, the outstanding second-year receiver.
Sunday, where we go?
Time again, and juggled incomplete. It was right on target to Vincent Jackson.
And this is a outstanding play again. We can't say this guy's name enough. Josh Norman is beat initially on this comeback route by Vincent Jackson, but he's such a long player. Just listed about 6 foot tall, but watch how he comes back and gets his hand involved in this and causes that incompletion by Vincent Jackson. Should have been a catch, but contested by Josh Norman, calls the incompletion.
So now it's third down, and we have a timeout, Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
They will have 1 remaining.
My daughter calls me her gladiator. When I was first diagnosed, my daughter was away at school. I was concerned to tell her while she was so far away. I wanted to wait till she came home and saw me with her own eyes and knew that I was going to be okay. She was my backbone. Early detection saves lives. Get screened today. Join in the fight against breast cancer at NFL.com/pink and learn more about a crucial catch day.
There's this guy, Dad. He thinks I'm gonna be a star. And tonight,
Oh my God.
all of Gotham will see that too. You don't have to do this. No, I'm pretty sure I do. Say hi to Mom for me. Detective Gordon. Nobody here is getting out alive.
Gotham, followed by Minority Report. All new tomorrow on Fox.
Another drop, this one by the veteran Vincent Jackson, has put Jameis Winston in a tough spot now on third down and 10. If the Bucs don't get the first, you're looking at a 47-yard field goal try. Jared Allen hoping to close in on the rookie quarterback. 1 timeout remaining for the Bucs. Mike Evans to the bottom of your screen. Vincent Jackson to the top. Jameis Winston on the move, underthrown, and almost intercepted. It's 4th down, and there's a flag down.
They're going to get another shot at this. I believe this is going to be holding on Charles Tillman against Mike Evans down at the bottom of the screen here.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 56. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
But the number they hollered out was that of A.J. Klein. 23 seconds and 1 timeout. It gives them a first down and improves their field position should they have to try and settle for 3.
Just right there on the hash, and watch Charles Sims come out of the backfield here and just, and I don't know that I would have called that a hold. He's in the line of scrimmage. I think you have that freedom. But it gives the Bucs a first down here and 3 downs to try to get into the end zone or better field position for the field goal.
Charles Sims splits out as a receiver, and Winston throws. It's caught and then dropped. Vincent Jackson with another drop, but a terrific play by Winston, who was in the grasp of Jared Allen.
My goodness. This is inadvisable, I think, by Jameis Winston. But he sees a running lane and just, I mean, I'm sure his coach on the sideline, Mike Pajakin, the quarterback coach, is not encouraging these types of throws in a 2-minute drill when you're in field goal position. But He got away with it there, Chris.
And Vincent Jackson could have bailed him out and did not.
Hey, Mike, be there, Mike. Ready? Blue ready.
16 seconds. There's Mike Evans. Quickly goes to the ground, and they're going to have to use their last timeout with 11 seconds and a third down play. So you have to be careful here, Rondé. You're either going for the end zone or you're kicking the field goal. You don't want to come away if you're the Bucs without any points.
You're looking at a sideline completion. If it's not there, it's going to go out of bounds. Or if you're Dirk Cutter, you're telling your young quarterback this ball goes into the end zone on a sure completion or out of the end zone. Turnover here absolutely kills you. A sack absolutely kills you. Got to give your kicker an opportunity here to kick this field goal if the throw is not there for him.
Jared Allen thought he had a sack. Right now you're looking at a 36-yard attempt for a field goal. Brindza has made today from 42 for Lovie Smith. The sun is shining. The Bucs are threatening. Winston, sideline, out of bounds, first down. That's Cameron Brate, backup tight end with Jenkins and Stocker inactive today.
And that's a good executed play by Jameis Winston. Give your kicker another 7-8 yards there. Get him in a more favorable position. Just a note, though, from last week, he was in this position 3 times and missed kicks on 3 occasions. They need to get points on the board here and make this 17-13. And to be honest, Chris, the Bucs will probably feel good about going into this halftime only down 4 after the way their offense turned the ball over in the first half.
29-yard attempt. And he missed it. You can hear the boos, and Lovie Smith can defend his kicker only so long. His kicker told the team last week, hey, it's on me, nothing technical. It won't happen again. Well, this is a makeable kick, an important kick. And he missed it.
Well, Kyle Brindza is a guy that always tries to hook his kicks. And last week, it was the exact same thing. All 3 of his misses started right, stayed right, and didn't turn back into the field goal. And Lovie Smith is, I mean, I know he doesn't get upset very often. He's very mild-mannered. I can't imagine him keeping his cool when he goes into the locker room after that miss.
Many of us saw on Thursday night Mike Tomlin of the Steelers, what he went through with a kicker who couldn't deliver. Still, with 3 turnovers, the Bucs stay within 7 of the undefeated Panthers. Carolina gets the ball to start the second half. Let's head to Los Angeles for the Visa Halftime Report.
Welcome to the Visa Halftime Report. Visa Checkout, the easier way to pay online.
Welcome to the Visa Halftime. Chris Myers pointed it out right there. Despite the turnovers, Tampa Bay hanging within a touchdown. Let's check out what else is going on here so far in week 4.
Giants at the Bills, Rex Ryan. I'm going to talk to him. Everybody knows that now. My buddy. Getting them ready. Eli Manning back, look left, fire down the middle. That's a seam route. Would have been a post if the safety had gotten out of there. Good job by Dwayne Harris straightening it up. 21-yard touchdown, 9-3 Giant. Just a quick slant. See how deep the safety was? He got inside the corner. The safety was too deep, therefore Randall got inside. Touchdown, 16-3 Giants on top of Buffalo. Eagles at the Redskins. Second quarter, Kirk Cousins bobbles it. Then picks it up, 1-yard touchdown. Hey, nice job. Washington 13-0 on top of Philadelphia. Eagles try to run a reverse. Well, look what happened. Got ourselves a little fumble here. Nelson Aguilar, he fumbled the football. It was covered. All Redskins. Washington playing pretty good football. 13-0 on top of a very bad Eagles team. Jets at the Dolphins. That would be in London. That would be Chris Ivory, who had himself quite a day. Over 166 yards on the day for Chris Ivory. Touchdown, and then a beautiful pass from Fitzpatrick to Eric Decker. A 10-yard quick post, 27-14 Jet all over Miami. Miami got a lot of problems down there. Arian Foster right there on your right. Welcome back. First game of the season. Under ball handling. Devontae Freeman right up. Good speed, lots of power, 14-0. Falcons on top of Houston. Then Desmond Dufont, who takes it 24 yards to a touchdown, but then Foster's own lineman knocked the ball loose, 28-0. Look at that. Knocks it out, 20-0, all Atlanta. If you're not a Falcon believer by now, folks, you better start being one. They are looking awfully impressive. Howie's Raiders, Howie's Bears. Derek Carr rolls right, sets up Amari Cooper back in the end zone. Touchdown, yep, look good. Left foot, right foot, left foot. Touchdown to me, ruled incomplete. Come on, say it ain't so. Raiders challenge, take another look, play with reverse, put on the 26-yard line, 7-6 Raiders. And then Martellus Bennett wide open as Cutler finds him. It's 16-14 now. Chicago on top of the Oakland Raiders. Kansas City Chiefs, Cincinnati Bengals. Oh my, Jeremy Hill, take it up inside. Turn on the speed, young man. 8-yard touchdown. Cincinnati 7, Kansas City nothing. Giovanni Bernard, one of the really cool names in football, off right tackle. Great speed, 13-yard touchdown. It is 14-12. Cincinnati on top of the Kansas City Chiefs. Jaguars at the Colts. Matt Hasselbeck. He's getting the start because Andrew Luck, the starting quarterback, is out with an injured shoulder. So Blake Bortles, play action. Look. You don't have to run. You didn't have to run. No pressure. But he does. Gets outside by Allen Hurns, who kept his route going. 8-yard touchdown, 10-3. It is Jacksonville, then Hasselbeck back, rolling right, under pressure, finds Fleener, 2-yard touchdown, 13-10, Jaguars on top of the Indianapolis Colts.
Michael, let's look back at Carolina and Tampa.
Yeah, you know, when you look at Tampa Bay, you got a rookie quarterback. You're expecting some mistakes out of Jameis Winston. The pick sixes are unfortunate because it doesn't even give your defense a chance to get out there and defend you. But overall, 5 of 8 on third down, so they're keeping drives going. Also, 190 yards. And the killer are the 3 turnovers. They can eliminate the turnovers, then it totally takes Carolina out of their comfort level because Carolina hasn't exactly lit the field on fire as well on the offensive side of the ball.
We talked about how one of the reasons why we said, well, what 3-0 team don't you trust? Well, Carolina pops in your head because they're so Cam-centric, Olsen-centric, and beyond that, where's the offense come from? And getting back to Jameis, I mean, the one knock on Jameis, he's going to be, I think he's going to be a great quarterback, but one of the things he'll do is he does force balls. Turnovers are an issue.
Yeah, it's fun, though.
Young player must
forcing balls. Yeah. Nobody did it better than me.
And look at where he got you.
Out here. That's not bad, man.
Our Visa Player of the Half as we go to break. Dwayne Harris of the Giants with his 21-yard touchdown. Second half of your game from Tampa. Right after this. Say hello to Visa Checkout, the easier way to pay on many of your favorite sites. Sign up now at visacheckout.com. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
We are the flashes of greatness that make history. And this year, history will be made on FS1.
The President's Cup, Day 1, Wednesday live on Golf Channel.
This is the fantasy football season that could change it all. DraftKings.com is the one-week fantasy football destination. Compete whenever you want with a new season every week. Try it free. Just pick your sport, pick your players, and pick up another win. Get free entry with promo code TURF in our championship event this Sunday. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Get to DraftKings.com.
If there's one thing the human foot has always been good at, it's unleashing great power. The IS Performance line just got a power boost. Introducing the Lexus IS 200 Turbo and IS 300 all-wheel drive V6. The IS line has never been more powerful. Once driven, there's no going back.
When StubHub tells Alan there are 2 tickets in his favorite section at his set price, Alan says,
Booyah!
Hey, you can't have your fan out in here.
Playoffs.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Here at Fox Sports, October always means baseball. And the Yankees, Blue Jays, Royals, and Rangers have each clinched a postseason berth in the American League. Coverage for the ALDS begins this Thursday, 3 o'clock Eastern on FS1.
Over 25 million people have made Fox Wednesday the biggest night of the week.
To the Empire!
First, Rosewood's Morris Chestnut and Jada Lee Ortiz have scorching hot chemistry.
Rosewood, stay away from my body.
This looks nothing like your body.
Then, the #1 show on television is just getting started.
Cookie tried to take Empire from me. She tried to take it from you.
And it's bigger and badder than ever.
You keep forgetting one thing, Lucius. You can't keep Cookie down.
All new Empire after Rosewood, Wednesday on Fox.
Malala was shot in the head for daring to suggest girls should go to school.
My father said, have you forgiven them?
You've never felt angry?
No.
Don't miss one of the best movies of the year.
I want people to learn from the experience I had.
About the bond between a father and a daughter.
I don't know how to treat you.
Treated.
Mistreated.
Mm-hmm.
And their extraordinary courage to help change the world.
A woman is more powerful than men.
Well, wait.
He named me Malala. Rated PG-13. Everywhere Friday.
My daughter calls me her gladiator. When I was first diagnosed, my daughter was away at school. I was concerned to tell her while she was so far away. I wanted to wait till she came home and saw me with her own eyes and knew that I was going to be okay. She was my backbone. Early detection saves lives. Get screened today. Join in the fight against breast cancer at NFL.com/pink and learn more about a crucial catch day.
At halftime here, Mike Alstott, number 40, speaking to Buck fans as his name honored in the Buccaneer Ring of Honor, the all-time touchdown scorer in Buccaneer history. Alstott up the gut, as Gene Deckerhoff, the play-by-play voice of the Bucs, would always say. The A-Train being honored here in Tampa Bay. Second half in a moment.
Where we grew up, if the cops raid you, that makes you a G. If the FBI raids you, that makes you an OG.
Empire, all new, Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
Yeah, I really admire my mother, despite what people said. She bought me a sewing machine, and she let me play with dolls, and that was something that was kind of, growing up culturally, was quite unacceptable, and she really dared to let me be different.
The President's Cup, Game 1, Wednesday live on Golf Channel.
When StubHub tells Alan there are 2 tickets in his favorite section at his set price, Alan says,
Booyah! Hey, you can't have your fan out in here.
Playoffs.
This is the fantasy football season that could change it all. DraftKings.com is the one-week fantasy football destination. Compete whenever you want with a new season every week. Try it free. Just pick your sport, pick your players, and pick up another win. Get free entry with promo code TURF in our championship event this Sunday. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Get to DraftKings.com.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
More than anything is just caring about your teammates. And I think when people care about each other, that goes a long way, and that's how you get respect out of people. I've been able to turn my competitiveness into good, I guess, in what made Ralph Brooks Park, the project we just opened, so great was because we had such a strong team. In a little over 12 months, we were able to take a park that had fallen on really, really hard times, and now it's, a beautiful new space for that community.
The Buccaneers ready to kick off to Carolina to start the second half. Carolina deferred to open the game. Today's excitement brought to you by Nissan. Mike Allstott put into the Buccaneer Ring of Honor with some of the greats. But Josh Norman stealing the show in the first half with an interception return for a touchdown. Doug Martin answering for Tampa Bay. That's today's excitement brought to you by Nissan. Along with producer Mike Burks and our director Michael Frank from the booth up here. Rondé Barber, Chris Myers, Jen Hale. We'll hear from her in just a moment. It's starting to rain again, and the Buccaneers 3 turnovers in the first quarter by the offense, yet they're within 7. What do they have to do now as Cam Newton and the offense take the ball to start the second half?
Well, we talk about it often with the Lovie Smith coach defense. Takeaways determine the outcomes of football games. They like to get 3. Ironically, Carolina already has 3 in this football game, and to us it feels like it should be more in favor of the Panthers right now. But the Bucs have hung in there. They need to get some stops on defense. Obviously, this offense of Carolina has been patient. They haven't taken any shots down the field yet. The Bucs are going to have to defend when Cam Newton tries to get the ball deep to Ted Ginn sometime in this second half.
And you said it at the start of the broadcast, the 3-0 record, Cam Newton, whatever he's had to do for the team so far, he has. Meanwhile, the rookie Jameis Winston, who came in with at least 200 passing yards and a touchdown in each of his first 3 games, has been playing from behind from the start.
And that stat line is pretty typical of what Jameis has been all year. The completion percentage isn't particularly high, but the numbers have been there. But this guy right here, Josh Norman, had a great start to this game with the interception for a TD. He's been shadowing Vincent Jackson all day. He's done a fairly decent job at it. He's a playmaker. We'll see a lot more of him in the second half.
And again, the rain that's been off and on picking up here from the 20-yard line. Here comes Cam Newton and the offense, and we saw inducted into the Buccaneers Ring of Honor, the A-Train, a fan favorite, his 11-year career with the Buccaneers, part of that Super Bowl team, Rondé, that you shared, and the embrace touching his comments. Very grateful, a man of few words, but came up big when he had to.
He doesn't like to talk a lot, but I love that man more than anybody I play with. Maybe John Lynch, one of my colleagues in Fox now, but Mike Allstott was the quintessential Buccaneer. He defined what our great teams were all about, the way he played. I loved watching him play. I love him as a man today, and I'm proud as anything that he's in the Ring of Honor here in Tampa.
Ball is fumbled on the handoff. It's out there for somebody. The Buccaneers are on it. Tim Jennings with the takeaway.
Well, I apologize for waxing poetic there, but this game starts in the second half much like it did in the first half, except it's against Carolina now. This is just an exchange problem because of the wet football. Cam Newton was trying to get that to Jonathan Stewart, and Tim Jennings falls on that fumble, but Tampa Bay talked about turnovers, needed to get one, and they start the second half with a great opportunity to get some points on the board.
Jennings had to be helped over on the sideline, but the football is slick. I'm sure Ron Rivera is going to remind his team about that. So first takeaway by Tampa Bay, first mistake by the Panthers with the football, and after a missed 29-yard field goal right before the half by Kyle Brindza of the Bucs, it sets them up nicely at the 25 of Carolina. Adam Humphries has come into the game. Free agent rookie from Clemson. Hand off Doug Martin. And if you're the Bucs here, as Coney Ealy makes the stop, you have to think about how confident your kicker is when you're making decisions down here. Let's check in with Jennifer down on the field.
Well, Chris, the wind and rain picking up here down on the field. Good news for Panthers fans is Ron Rivera tells me there's no injury to Cam Newton. But goodness, he lit up this Panthers squad at halftime over missed opportunities and what he called stupid penalties. Meanwhile, Lovie Smith got to be happy with that start. He spoke to his team about ball security and making smart decisions. Chris, especially as this weather deteriorates.
Ready! Blue ready! Eyes up! Cam Newton flips it to Doug Martin, who juggles but hangs on. It'll be third down.
Jameis Winston, yes, but yeah, you saw him on that first snap. Extra careful with the exchange with the center. Again, there on that snap. You know, this rain is so intermittent. It comes on, it goes off. It's going to be a factor later in this football game.
Interesting that last week Mike Evans had 17 targets. He's only had 3 today. Vincent Jackson has had 7 targets today, and he's made 5 catches, but he also has dropped the football. And now a third down and 3. Winston to throw. He holds on too long and goes down. Ryan Dallaire, who was just picked up from the Redskins, signed off their practice squad, comes up with the sack for Carolina.
Watch this out and up by Vincent Jackson. If Jameis Winston lets this ball go on time, it is a touchdown for the Buccaneers. He was looking there the whole way. He should have just let it fly. I know that pressure is in his face. That would have been a big play for Tampa Bay after that turnover.
The adventures of Kyle Brindza. A 43-yard try, similar to last week when he made a 58-yarder and then missed a couple of easy ones. He missed from 29 right before the half. This from 43, the slick football. Jacob Shum, the holder. And he missed again. Not good.
I don't know what to say about Kyle Brindza. I know they put a lot of faith in him. Beat out some kickers in the preseason, but 0 for 2 on the day. And Lovie Smith has got to make some decisions going forward.
Aruba, Jamaica. Now we can actually take it.
To Costa Rica, Bahamas.
Come on, pretty mama.
Belize, Puerto Rico.
People, why don't we go down to Mexico?
We'll get there fast and you can take it slow.
Anywhere you want to go.
All the way down to Dominican Republic.
Nice hit.
Southwest is bringing our low fares to tropical destinations. Book now at southwest.com.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
This is amazing.
That's amazing.
Real people are discovering surprising things at Chevy.
We're sold. It's so pretty. Beautiful.
It feels great.
Perfect. This is not what I would expect from a Chevy at all.
Get more than you expect for less than you imagined.
The 2015 models are going fast. Find your tag and get cash back for 15% of the MSRP on select 2015 vehicles in stock. Or get 0% financing for 72 months on most remaining 2015 Chevy vehicles.
Alexa, tell me the news.
NASA unveiled amazing new images of Pluto today, unveiling a surprisingly...
Alexa, how far is Pluto from Earth?
4.67 billion miles.
Alexa, play my road trip playlist.
He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. By Burger King. Kick off fall with a new Oreo pumpkin spice shake. By Chevrolet. Find new roads. And by AT&T. Mobilizing your world.
Another miss for rookie Kyle Brindza, who is 6 out of 12 in his career. Now 500 might help if you're playing for the Rays. But as an NFL kicker, that's not going to cut it. On first down, Jonathan Stewart with a big hole. Ball comes out again, but the Panthers have it. It's Ed Dixon. He grabbed it in the air, and it's going to be a Panther touchdown.
How about that?
What a play for Carolina. from good to bad to touchdown.
I'm not even sure how you analyze this type of play. Jonathan Stewart doing what he always does. Runs hard, runs through tackles. Bucks come in, and Chris Conte gets his head right on the football, and Ed Dickson, I mean, Johnny on the spot is the most overused cliche ever, but it doesn't get any better than this.
Right place, right time, but to Dixon's credit, he took it all the way in for the touchdown.
And if you're looking as a Buccaneer fan, you have a drive at the end of the half, a positive drive at the end of the half. Give yourself a chance for a field goal. No points. You get a turnover to start the second half. Kyle Brindza, no points. And then you get a freak play like this, and now all of a sudden you're down 24-14, and nothing is going right for Tampa Bay.
Well, there's a reason Carolina is undefeated. And while the Bucs are 1-2, 67 yards, a loose football in wet weather, but Dixon knows what to do with it for Carolina.
I'm looking to get a new iPhone for my son.
Oh, we have it. And right now you can get 15 gigs for the price of 10, so that's 50% more data.
Oh, good, because he goes through data like crazy. Oh, there's my boy.
He goes through data like crazy.
Yeah, data, streaming, texting, emailing. Loves watching football games.
Oh, yeah? Who's your favorite team?
He texts, he doesn't talk. That would be weird.
Get an iPhone at AT&T and get 50% more data. And right now, get $300 credit for every line you switch.
This Halloween, things will get dark. With A1 flavor baked into the bun, things will get deliciously dark at Burger King. Try the all-new Halloween Whopper, dripping with A1 sauce. Right now for a limited time, only at Burger King.
We are the moments that define October. We defy the odds and quiet the crowd. We are the flashes of greatness that make history. And this year, history will be made on FS1.
Rob Lowe and Fred Savage in TV's funniest new comedy, The Grinder, Tuesday on Fox.
Celebration on the Panthers sideline as Ed Dickson grabbed the loose football and took it in for a touchdown. It's a 14-point Carolina lead, and it all goes back to the Kyle Brindza missed kick.
Greg Olsen was in stunned disbelief as he gave Ed Dickson a hug there after that touchdown.
As you were watching this. By the way, the joy over there on the sideline for Tampa Bay, Brindza has now missed 16 points worth of kicks in the last 6 quarters. 5 field goals and an extra point. And you have to wonder at what point Lovie Smith and the Bucs start thinking about, do we have to think 4 downs and go without a kicker the rest of this game?
Well, if I'm him, I'm thinking that right now. You mentioned Mike Tomlin had that situation on Thursday Night Football this week. I don't see why it's any different right here. He has absolutely no confidence. He shouldn't in a kicker with that many misses.
Touchback out to the 20. October, baseball, FS1, your home for postseason play in the American League Division and Championship Series. There'll be high drama and history. It begins Thursday on FS1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Jameis Winston was a member, an outfielder and a pitcher for Florida State as a reliever, a sub-2 ERA during his couple of seasons, drafted in the 15th round by the Texas Rangers, who were in the postseason. That was back in 2012, but in the first round, the very first pick for Tampa Bay here in the NFL. Doug Martin. Jameis Winston, by the way, Tampa Bay's 5th first-round quarterback if you go back to Doug Williams, Vinny Testaverde, Trent Dilfer, and Josh Freeman. But now he's down by 14.
Well, he's going to have to come up with something special here in the second half. I mean, so many missed opportunities. Well,
they thought there might be a late hit in there. It didn't look that way as Doug Martin carries and brings up 3rd down.
I think what they're arguing about is watch Ryan Delaire here, number 91 at the end of this play. Doug Martin's on the ground, and I mean, helmet, that is absolutely a late hit. And it's not going to be called here on the field. It's too far past, but the NFL will make that right come Wednesday next week, I'm sure.
Now 3rd down and 2. Winston's pass is juggled and held out to by Mike Evans, who carried some Panthers with him to midfield.
He caught it.
Wet football.
He caught it, but this was not the surest of catches here by Mike Evans. And he's got huge hands, enormous hands, but he makes the mistake of letting that football get to his body. And I'm sure because it's a wet football, he was trying to secure the catch, but those pads act as trampoline, and he almost dropped it.
Well, he admitted it last week. Said, that was on me, those drops. I could have had a career day. Instead, I don't know what I had. And those drops, a lot of them on 3rd down, hurt Tampa Bay. But he held on there, and now 2nd down as they try and run the football in Carolina territory.